Good morning, my dear class 6 students. Students, I hope all of you are fit, healthy, and I also assuming that all of you are doing some physical works also, like doing physical exercises or yoga or running kind of a work or spinning, skipping type of games you are playing. So students, it is very important for all of us to do various physical works to remain healthy, to keep our body fit. So do your exercises regularly. Okay. Now here is your science book I am having, so that you will have to also take out your science notebook and keep your books with you also. And today we are moving ahead with our same chapter, that is chapter number 3, Fiber to Fabric, with your online class. Here I am, your science teacher, Mrs. Aarti Negi from your school, Vidya Bal Bhav. Okay, I hope students you have enjoyed your previous sessions, either it is online classes or your Zoom classes, and I hope all your doubts are cleared now. Now we are moving ahead with chapter 3, that is Fiber to Fabric, and today our topics are in page number A32. In A32 there is a point 3.8. Uses of cotton. Yes, today we are going to study about the uses of cotton. Most of the cotton is used in manufacturing of cotton, textiles, undergarments. These days the cotton yarn is blended with polyester to form fine fabrics which are crease resistant and last longer. Means most of the cotton is used to make the clothes that are very suitable, very good for our skin, and some cotton fabrics are mixed with polyester to make such kind of a fabric that are crease resistant and last longer. Means the life of these clothes are very good. Cleaned and carded raw cotton is sterilized and it is used in hospitals. Clean and carded cotton is used as a fillers in pillows and mattresses. And very good high quality cotton is used for the printing currency, okay, notes, and for the government stamp papers. And such low category, or you can say the low grade cotton, is used for making high quality printing paper that you might have seen in the wedding invitation cards also, and somewhere you have also seen in the papers like the ads paper that you might have seen around you, the pamphlets that you used to see. Sometimes they are made up of raw cotton also, or you can say the inferior grade, means the lower grade cotton also. As cotton is a good absorbent of water, so it is also used to make mops or some household cleaning cloth pieces also. Now come to the uses of jute. Like you can see here in this image, there are various articles made up of jute. Mainly jute is used to make jute bags, baskets, mats, doormats, rags. These are the things made from the jute fabric. Jute fabric is also used to make ropes. High quality jute fiber is used for making curtains and carpets. Like you can see here is a curtain, and this curtain is made up of jute as well as polyester. Okay, this is a jute curtain. Now these days fine quality jute is used for making fancy dress materials and cheap ornaments also. Like you can see here, these are the various ornaments, or you can say jewelries made up of jute. Now next topic is 3.10, uses of cotton fiber.
And the coconut fiber, that is a coconut fiber.
Okay. And coir is used to make floor, carpets, mats and ropes. And sometimes it is also used as a filler for mattresses and for pillows. Now the very interesting topic, why cotton clothes are rough as compared to silk, rayon or polyester. In page number A33. Clothes are woven. Now students, come to page number A33. Why cotton clothes are rough as compared to silk, rayon or polyester. Clothes are woven from thread, and the thread are spun from the natural or synthetic fibers. The fibers of cotton that I have shown you in my previous video also. The fibers of cotton and wool have many folds, and you can say it has a very uneven, very rough surface. That's why due to this rough surface, the yarn formed is also kind of a rough, and ultimately the fabric that is formed from these fibers is also gives the texture of some roughness. But the surface, or you can say the fibers of the rayon, silk and polyester are very smooth in texture. So the yarn made by these fibers and ultimately the fiber, or ultimately the fabric, the cloth made up of these fibers are very smooth or very good in texture. That's why the cotton clothes, or you can say the cotton fabric, gives roughness, rough texture as comparative to the silk or rayon or the polyester fabrics. Jute fiber has highly uneven surface, or you can say it is the most roughest kind of fiber. Hence jute products are very rough. The coconut fibers are very hard and highly uneven. That's why it cannot be spun to make a fabric. So it is used to make ropes or to make mats. Okay, like you can say the door mats, foot mats, etc. Now come to next very interesting fact, that is beginning of clothing. Okay, as you have already learned that why do people need to wear clothes. Have you ever imagined how the people have developed these kinds of fabric that we use nowadays? So the primitive men and women had no idea about clothes, and they were at the mercy of the weather. It is believed that the primitive human were mostly confined to the tropical, where the climate was warm and no clothing was required at that time. But during the Stone Age, the humans started covering their bodies with the help of big leaves or the bark of the trees. Bark means outer covering of the stem, that is called bark. They started using these types of things to cover their bodies. Later on, when the human being turned agriculturist, they have learned to weave grasses across the leaves, and with the help of grasses and leaves, they started making the mats, baskets, and they have also discovered how to twist wool and animal hair into the woolen fabric, into a long strand, and ultimately they have started developing, or you can say they have started making the woolen fabrics by using these types of things. Early Indians wore light cotton fabrics made from cotton which grew in Gangetic Valley. Similarly, early Egyptians wore light flax fabric made from the fiber of flax plant which grew in the Nile Valley in Africa. Okay, to use these fabrics as clothes means like cotton, wool, flax. The human beings just draped the different types of fabrics around their body. Just like you can see this dupatta here. It is just a piece of cloth. It is not stitched from anywhere. So people at that time started wearing these types of things like dhoti, lungi. That is kind of a fabric that people used to drape around their body. No stitching is required in these kinds of things. So the human beings just draped them around the different parts of their body, instead shaping them into clothes by cutting and stitching. They were not aware at that time that how to stitch or how to cut. They just draped the fabrics around their different parts of the body according to their need of that time. The key tool that was for making stitching was invented in 40,000 BC to 50,000 BC. That is a needle, okay, or you can say sewing needle, which with its invention, the people learned how to stitch fabrics by cutting them into the desired shape. And after that, people have started stitching the clothes according to their body types. And stitched clothes have gone through many variations since the invention of sewing needle. However, it is amazing that in India, even today, people used to wear unstitched piece of cloth like I am wearing here, this dupatta. This is an unstitched piece of cloth, and like your mother, your grandmother wearing sari, that is also a unstitched piece of cloth. The lungi, mostly the South Indian people used to wear, that is also a unstitched piece of cloth. Still, the people in India are wearing these kinds of fabrics. Now, next point, that is development of clothing materials. In terms of available raw materials, the clothing materials were developed in 3 phases. There were 3 phases. In the first phase, the cloth was made from cotton, flax, and the inner fabric from the bark of tree. Bark means outer covering of a big tree. Okay? And in second phase, the animal fibers such as wool, silk were used to make fabric, and silk was introduced to world by the China. So Chinese were the first people who have discovered the silk for the very first time. And in the third phase, the man-made fibers, or you can say synthetic fiber or artificial fibers like nylon, rayon, polyester are used to make clothes. Now the clothing of people depends on different kinds of things. Like it depends on the climate in which we are living. Like in this summer season, we used to wear the cotton clothes, the light colored light clothes. But in the summer season, we used to wear sweaters, jackets, scarf, muffler, gloves. Okay, so our climate also affect our clothing. Second one is culture. The culture in which we are living, it also affects our clothing. Next one is the occupation. The occupation in which we are, it also affects our clothing. Like the policeman, they used to wear different kinds of clothes. The doctor, they used to wear different kinds of clothes. The army people, they used to wear different kinds of clothes. Means our clothing also gets affected by our occupation. And why do we need to wear clothes? We need to wear clothes first to protect ourselves from the extreme cold or a heat, or you can say hot climate. And second, also clothes protects us from the minor injuries. Okay? You must have seen the bikers wearing knee guard, elbow guard, shoulder guards, helmets. They used to these types of things to protect themselves from the injuries. Same clothes protects us from the minor injuries too. And clothes also helps to maintain the body temperature throughout our body. Means the kind of clothes we are wearing, it also regulates our, or you can say it's also maintain our body temperature. So students, thank you for today's session. Just go through these topics one more time, learn all these important terms, important definitions from these topics. Thank you, and keep learning all the time. Okay.